Hello everybody and welcome. This is Linda and you're at Icky Chic Designs. Okay, I wanted to show you in this video a sample of the collaboration card that you can expect to receive if you join this collaboration with me. And also I'm going to show you the update on my challenge book, the large stitchery challenge book that I'm doing as a challenge here on Icky Chic this year, and show you the fourth signature that I'm almost completed and where I'm at on that. And so that's what we'll be doing during this video. So remember that in the challenge, I ask you to send me 2 or 3 items that you want incorporated in a large 4x5 or 4x6 card. And that could be mailed as a card or could be used in a junk journal. And on the back side would be a paper writing surface, okay? And on the front side, it'd be decorated. I would take the items that you send me, incorporate them with items that I have, and create an original card for you and send it back. And that requires that you send me a 5x7 envelope, self-addressed, stamped envelope, along with the items that you send me. All of this is explained in the original video that you can find here on my channel and that I can link below for you. It's very simple. You just send me 2 or 3, 4 little items that you've got hanging around your desk, and I'll turn it into a card and mail it back to you in the self-addressed envelope that you send me. And that way you get to keep the results and I do the work. But it challenges me, makes me work outside of the box, gives me something new to, you get in a rut working with the same things all the time. And so I like to do something like this because, for one thing, I love to give it away after I get through with it. And but just using something different. Now, to start with this, I pulled out 3 things and I thought, okay, I'm going to pretend that that's what I got sent. The 3 things was a piece of sheer fabric, a piece of lace, and these 2 little embellishments here. Those were the 3 things that I started with. So what I did then was I put this on a batting, and because I knew I was going to put a card stock on the back, and that makes it very substantial. Okay. Then I took and I had some little brown pieces of fabric like this. So I used those to make a pocket here, and just a decoration. I put some trim across that. Then I made some of those scrappy flowers and attached them with buttons. And the 2 little pieces I used to tuck into the little pocket. And it just makes an adorable card. One that would be so cute if you were to send it to someone or incorporate it in a journal, an art journal or something like that. Wouldn't that be nice? But I wanted to give you some idea of what I'm talking about. And you can see that this 4x6, it needs to be, I'm going to make 4x6s, so you definitely need to send me your items in a 5x7 envelope and include a second envelope that's stamped and addressed so I can send the card back to you when I'm finished with it. So check out the original and see if there's any additional information that you didn't understand, and play with me in this community collaboration that we're doing here on Icky Chic Designs. Okay, now let's look at where I'm at on my 4th signature for my book. The inside signature is the large collage, fabric collage that I did. Just scrap collaged it. But then I used one page to make a home for Felicity, this beautiful bird. And so that just looks so good on this. And when it's just in her own page, she has a pretty background here. And everything plays really well. Okay. The other side, you may remember, is my piece that I did in the Impressionist style, and then I added quite a bit of embellishments to it to put it in the book. All this vintage lace around it. And then the back side was the little scrappy bow that I made up here, and then the boho patchwork piece that I made. And I love that. And what I'm doing now, because all those elements are complete, is I'm finishing the outside edges. And what I'm doing on this page is I'm inserting some different laces around the outside. You can see that I started here, and I have this lace that comes up to the corner, and then I have this mauve lace here, and it ends here. And now I'm fixing to pick up another lace. I'm thinking I might go with this blue eyelet. And what I'm doing is I'm just sandwiching these in between the layers. Let me open this one up. And hand sewing them in. Okay. Which is closing up the signature, as well as giving me a little bit of a trim along the edges here. I will bring that down and then turn that at the curve. But let me just pin it in for now. Keep it in place. I'm leaving raw edges, which you know me, I love scrappy, I love raw edges. I don't like to make everything perfect. And the stitching that I'm using is just large stitching. It's coming through on the back side, but it's adhering the laces inside and making closing up this signature. So let's take a couple of stitches here, and this is pretty thick, so it's usually a in and out situation, so that I save my hands. In some areas I can do a double. This one isn't too bad. Okay. Making sure that I'm catching the lace and the backside fabric at the same time. This is the this signature is the first signature that I've done the lace, sandwiched the lace around the outside, and so just to give it a different look from the others. Getting thicker, so we'll go back. I am using 3 strands of embroidery floss. If anyone is joining me in making this large stitchery book for the year, please use the hashtag if you are uploading any videos, so that I can come over and see your work. I just love to see what you're doing and share our enthusiasm. What I'm using this large book for is to incorporate some of the pieces I've made all year, give them a safe, nice home, pieces that I'm not framing, but incorporating in a book. And my larger pieces, you know, I do frame those, but framing gets expensive. And so I was thinking, how could I give my pieces that are smaller a nice home? Well, this large stitchery book is exactly the right thing. It's so much fun to do in the first place. And because I am a perfectly imperfect artisan, all these loose edges and loose threads and scrappy look is just so up my alley. And I love it, and my pieces work in it so well. And now this is my 4th completed, or soon to be completed, signature. I want to do 6 before October, because in October I want, for the challenge, we're supposed to change over and work on our covers and give us plenty of time and opportunity to determine how we're going to bind our book and make our covers and have them finished by the end of the year. So I'm gonna think about what I'm doing here. I'm going to tie this off. I haven't yet decided any of that, how I'm going to bind this exactly. I just know that I want 6 signatures, and this is what I'm calling one signature. It will have 4 pages to a signature. So right now I will have, with 4 of them completed, I will have 16 pages. And with 6 completed, I'll have 24 pages in this large book. And that really excites me, because it's going to be a substantial book. And when I place it on a side table or a coffee table, it'll be very interesting for my family and friends when they're over to flip through it, to look at, to see some of the things that I do. And I'll just give them a little bit of entertainment and inspiration if they're stitchers. But I don't have very many stitchers in my family, so but they do like to look at my stuff, and instead of, you know, pulling out a pile and everybody handling the individual pieces, put it in a book and they can flip the pages. Okay, I need to, I'm going to switch here to a green, because I've got it already and it is 3-stranded. That's what I love about my style. Just grab whatever's there. Don't sweat it. I think it's why I enjoy it so much. Okay. I'm going to come at it from the other side so I can bury this knot. Yes, that did it really well. Okay, we have one little, we'll give him a chance to get out of there. Okay, now we're heading into the blue eyelet, and we changed our thread color, so we got color play going on here. I have this and this light blue that I'm going to be using, a darker woven blue here, and another darker one here. I don't know how, if this is going to get me all the way around, but if it doesn't, it's probably not. But if it doesn't, because I'm not going to use a huge piece of this, I already have it over here. In fact, I may not use it at all. So I will be hunting down some more pieces to to put in here and change it around as we go. But those will be in here too. Okay. Did you catch the Scrappy Bird video? And I hope you did. I tried to make that as detailed as I thought I could in a reasonable amount of time to help you to be able to create one of your own if you desire to do so. I get a lot of comments and emails and messages about how to do the birds, and so I hope that really inspires you and helps you to be able to create one of your own. Sometimes when you watch, when you see things artisans have done, it looks like, oh, that's so complicated, I could never do that. But really, most processes that an artisan goes through is not complicated. The process itself is not complicated. It's the decision making that differs from person to person. Which fabrics am I going to use? Which threads? What am I going to fray? What am I going to leave even? What am I going to clean up? What am I going to leave scrappy? How am I going to make movement in the feathers? Just the decisions that we make is what differentiates our work. Usually, I mean, stitching is stitching, right? And just like what I'm doing right here, I'm doing a straight stitch, just a running stitch. Anybody can do a running stitch. But when you just look at it incorporated into something as busy as this, it just looks like, oh, I can't do that. But basically, all I ever use is running stitches in so much of this stuff, okay? And so just take the time to watch the process or study something really hard and pick it apart and see how you think they might have constructed that. And you'll be very, very surprised to find out, oh, well, it's just very simple, you know? Really, it's just very simple. And we all have our different areas where we have a little more talent than maybe somebody else. There are wonderful stitchers out there that can do fantastic embroidery. I'm not one of them. I'm good with color. You know, I'm good with scrappy. I'm good with boho, shabby chic, those styles. But you know, if I had to do really prim and proper traditional quilting, I would go crazy. Don't make me make my points come out. You know, I did traditional quilting for several years, so I can tell you that I gave it a really big try. And I did a good job, but I didn't enjoy it. And to me, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it shows in your work. There's no flair to it. There's no specialness to it. And but if you do enjoy what you're doing and you do you really well, that's my saying. Remember, that's my motto. I do me really well. And it took me some time and practice and experience to find out what me was. And once I realized it, then I've stayed true and loyal to my own style. And really love doing that. Now, I do venture out into other things from time to time because learning is never a bad thing. And sometimes I see other artisans do something I can't do or haven't done, and I try to learn to do that. I try to at least be functional at it so I can understand it, learn from it, because then I can tweak it and incorporate it into my own style. And so that's a good thing. Always appreciate the artisans. Always, there's so many wonderful ones here on YouTube. Each and every one has their own style and their own things that they do wonderfully. And so, you know, I try to appreciate every one of them. And, oh, gee whiz. I had to do that at least once. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be my style if I didn't pull my thread out of my needle at least one time. Yep, that's true. That's me. Okay, let me get down here to this corner. And while I'm talking to you, on the 28th, I have a collaboration video that I will be posting. And it is of a project bag. We're both doing project bags. And of our own design style, whatever. No guidelines, just make a project bag. And so we will both be posting our videos on that collaboration on the 28th. So please come back and check that out. I think you'll appreciate it. My bag is in my style. It's raggy. It incorporates fabric scraps and burlap. And I'm loving it. And I don't own a project bag, a big one anyway. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. I probably never would have made one if I hadn't been asked to do this challenge. And so I'm really glad, because now I'm going to have my own project bag. And it's going to be large enough that it actually holds stuff. Okay. All right. We're going to hold that here. And I'm going to finish this off camera and start signature 5. And when I make that video, I'll show you how this looked finished out. Okay. Until then, please grab some scraps and stay scrap happy.